Hello everybody, welcome back to another lesson in the sake of the Les Paul playing / style playing. And we all know, yes, there's a lot of amazing Les Paul players out there and all that, but let's be honest, nobody does it like Slash. Alright, so today's video, I want to focus on something that I get the highly requested stuff here, the legato. Yes, Slash's signature is obviously, I think, one of his most important weapon in his style that creates that, how would you say that, what would we call it, that fluidity, you know, that no matter where he's at on the neck and he always have the ability to just be extremely fluent, you know, and we can all relate to that because it's both just watching it or listening to it. It's so fascinating. So let's start with the legato. So some of the stuff that Slash does, right, like those fast stuff, you have to have a really good left hand to get that type of stuff. It sounds really good, and if you notice, I don't do a whole lot with the right hand. It's all about the left hand, but of course the two hands has to be synchronized in order to pull it out, to have efficiency and to be able to pull it out, like, you know, sounding good. So let's look at some examples of what we can do to build up that left hand strength. There's one thing that I used to do a lot, and I find it really effective if you just simply go in a pattern using the pinky and then going to the ring, pulling off to the ring, and then pulling off from the ring finger to the index. So this will be the pattern, and you can implement it through 3 strings. Let's put it to 3 strings. So you're gonna start on the high E, then you move on to the B string, and then you move on to the G string. And I encourage you to do this on like a lower scale, a lower key, like G for example, because the frets are wider, so that will build up more hand strength for you. So the pattern, what you could do, it could be just going through each note and each string once, and picking one time in each string. Where you can do, this will be another great way, just going through 2 strings. Once you have this and you're comfortable doing this, like, you know, you can even do it like without, right there you have really good left hand strength. So then once you're comfortable doing this, you can start putting them into like different patterns, I would say. So when you have that, let's take a look at another example. Let's try to be a little bit more melodic now. It still won't require a lot of changes. When you have the legato technique down and you're comfortable using it, you can just create your random notes and building your own licks and riffs and whatnot, you know. So what Slash does a lot of times, I don't even know that if this is like, you know, by the book or anything. It just goes like with the feel, you know, like you can create all kinds of stuff using almost going chromatic on the notes. But let's scale it down. Let's narrow it down to these notes. What we're gonna use? We're gonna use the 6th fret on the E string, a high E string, 5th on the high E, 3rd on the high E, 6th on the B, 5th on the B, 3rd on the B, 6th on the G, fifth on the G, and then the third on the G. So with these notes you can create like random licks by putting these notes into like any given order, that whatever you feel comfortable with or whatever you feel like it just sounds good. So look. Okay, and then I closed it. I got down to the G on the D string, but mainly the whole lick was played on the high E, B, and G. So let's do it again. And you can put that closing note on the D string. But you see that? Like, give a lot of dynamics to it. Play how you play with the tempo, how you set the notes, which notes are you emphasizing. That's gonna make the whole thing very melodic. See that was an example. So start it out with this lick first. Another great way, if you can put it to the opposite order, and you can also increase with the notes, right? Depending what you want to achieve, you want to do like a decreasing type of stuff, going from the high notes to the low, or you want to increase and you want to achieve the opposite effect. So you're climbing basically. Yeah. So I think these are great examples. Sit down, really spend some time figuring these out. Have it comfortably down. You can also do, you know, like just take your time, sit down, and you can also move through several keys without stopping, and really just set, like, don't even set nothing, like just sit down and spend at least 30 minutes just playing straight, you know, like. Spend some time with it. It's gonna take some time, but when you start dreaming with these patterns, and then when you like start doing your thing, you know, and you still hear these crazy licks that you played, that means that you practiced it enough, and then you'll see that it actually is gonna you just feel that when it's worked into those to your hands. And once again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick down the high E string on the 6th fret, holding it with the pinky finger. Immediately after that, we're pulling away with the pinky, and then we're having the 5th fret on the high E string, and then pull it away with the ring finger and having it hold down with the 3rd at the 3rd fret with the index finger. Okay, that's a great lick. I really like that. So, what's happening? once you're able to do this for a long time and you can move through the whole neck, you know, Slash does this a lot too. Not exactly that, but he does like stuff like whatever you want to do. Another extremely important thing here, when you do the legato thing, it becomes much more accessible for your hands if you're not moving too much with the left hand, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that, the closer your fingers are to the fretboard, obviously the less time it takes for you to get to the desired note. But also, it matters a lot in what position you're holding your left hand. I find it really comfortable and fast, especially when you're playing on a Les Paul guitar with or any guitar that has like a thicker neck, that if you keep your hand in a steady stationary position. And with the Les Paul, I think that that's perfectly can be achieved if you're just like wrapping your whole hand around the neck, and don't try to break the wrist, you know, like too much. Like just have, but definitely try it out, that when you do the legato, keep your hand as stationary as it's possible. Don't try to move too much with your palm. This will allow you to be much more it just will allow you to go faster and more efficient. Let me give you an example. So yeah, did you see that? Like it was just like, you know, being in a stationary position, and I'm only moving as little as it really needed to achieve the legato. Alright, so these will be my quick tips for you guys on the legato. Go practice these out. Try it in a lower key, you know, like you can do like F sharp, G, and then once you get those, obviously it would be so much easier once you get on the, you know, the higher frets, because the frets are tinier. So I really do encourage you to spend a lot of time here practicing the legato here in the lower positions, and just create your own licks. Everything sounds good, you know, it's not necessarily what you play, but how you play it. Add a lot of palm muting to it. That can really emphasize. It just gives it a certain attitude and right, like that very slashy sound. All right. So yeah, these are the quick tips. From now on, you can always count on regular uploads with lessons. You guys matter. I want to help you. I want you to achieve the technique that you're wanting to play. So yeah, let me know in comments what would you like to see next. I have some ideas, but you can greatly help me giving direction in the future videos. And yeah, leave a comment. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. And until see you next time.